On the air on over 30 radio stations in Western Pennsylvania. And on the net with over 10 schools and hundreds of live and archived broadcasts at www.msasports.net. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network.
Welcome to the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The PIHL on MSAsports.net is sponsored in part by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by Bladerunners, by First Commonwealth Bank, by S-Mark, by People's Gas, by Carlow University, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by the East Suburban Sports Medicine Center, by J&J Distributing, and by Management Science Associates.
It's PIHL Hockey on the MSA Sports Network, sponsored by Trib Toto Media. Audio and video tonight from the Bladerunners in Harmarville. Alongside Greg Kuntz, I'm Bob Orkwis, Jess Levo, running the controls as far as the video goes. And whether you're catching us via the audio stream or the video stream, we appreciate it. An interesting late season matchup. Final days of the regular season are upon us, which means playoff time can't be very far away. Tonight we find ourselves in the Eastern Conference, where the Shaler Titans at a record at 15-2, currently in first place in the Eastern Conference. They play host to the Armstrong Riverhawks. Armstrong 13-4-1, 27 points. They currently reside in third place. Quite simple, Greg, for the Shaler Titans, a win, and they're the top seed in the Eastern Conference.
Well, they did themselves a huge favor, too, Bob, the last time these two teams played, because Shaler beat Armstrong in this the first part of this, dare I say, home-and-home series, 3-2 on Armstrong's home ice. So they've given themselves the inside track. They win this one. It's an obvious Eastern Conference championship and the top seed as far as that particular conference portion of the varsity classification, AA, is concerned. Of course, Hampton is 1 point behind them, but a big win tonight for Shaler gives them the outright title, and pretty good standing as far as the playoffs are concerned. Armstrong, however, coming in 13-4-1, 27 points. They have a great 1-2 punch in their lineup with Christian Miller, the leading scorer in Class AA, who has 38 goals, 21 assists, 59 points on the year. Only 2 penalty minutes, though, too, so he plays a very clean style of game.
So you are positioning him as a Lady Bing candidate right there?
Very possibly, absolutely. And he's got a great tag team partner, too, Bob,
yes,
in Josh Oliver, who's got 43 points, 21 goals, 22 assists, a very balanced attacking player.
Oliver's the top assist man in the classification.
Absolutely, but at the same time, Shaler comes in with 4 of the top 25 scorers in Class AA, in the varsity Class AA. You've got Alex Ficcarelli at the top with 48 points, 29 goals, 19 assists. Austin Mards, 15, 18, 33. Justin Yuska, thank you very much, 16, 15, and 31. And down near the bottom of the top 25, you have Steven Stadahar, 12 and 12 for 24. So quite a scoring tandem right there for the Shaler Titans. Very tough to beat. Of course, we've seen them compete early in past years in Class AAA. Times have changed, and of course the talent has as well. And they've dropped the classification to varsity AA, where they've been a lot more dominant as well in recent years.
Greg, it's been 34 seasons in Class AAA for Shaler. They are down in the AA classification. Can't overlook the goaltenders. Taylor Schmaus for Armstrong Central has 13 wins, which is second in the classification to Vinny Evans. He has 14 wins. He's Shaler's netminder. 3 seniors, too, if you're looking for an emotional edge tonight, as if playing for first place in the conference championship isn't enough. Senior night for Shaler. They honored Vinny Evans, the senior goaltender, Jacob Lennon, the senior forward, and Austin Biondo, another senior forward.
Well, going into this game, though, Robert, you're never going to know really what kind of character the game is going to take. You've got a lot of high-powered offense between these two teams, but at the same time, you've got two of the better goaltenders in this classification as well. So everybody, whether it be offensive, defensive, or goaltenders, everybody has to be on top of their game in this one. And it's going to make for some very, very interesting storylines as they take the ice tonight in a few minutes.
We talked about Shaler's path to the playoffs, and again, simply a win tonight or a win Friday against Hampton, and the Shaler Titans are the Eastern Conference champions. They win tonight. Hampton has one game remaining. Even if Hampton beats Shaler on Friday, they would finish with 31 points. Shaler wins tonight, they would have 32. So they'd be your Eastern Conference champions. Armstrong, that loss at home at the Belmont Complex last week to Shaler was a big one because Armstrong had designs on the top of the Eastern Conference as well. Now the best they can do is win the night. Hopefully then Shaler returns the favor and beats Hampton on Friday. That would put Armstrong with 29 points, tied with Hampton for second place, and the two teams split their season series.
Well, you made the point, Bob. I mean, regardless of how Armstrong comes out of it, they're still in pretty good shape as far as the playoffs are concerned. The team closest to them in the standings is Greater Latrobe, and they're 8 points behind.
No, so the Wildcats cannot catch them.
So they're very firmly entrenched as far as at least the playoff picture is concerned. So they don't really have to worry about that. I know, at least as far as winning is concerned, they could do themselves a huge favor and maybe put themselves in position to get that 2 spot as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned.
And you want momentum going into the playoffs as far as Armstrong is concerned. Moon has 26 points in the Western Conference, so Armstrong, even though they're in third place in the East, they have more points than every team in the West right now, except for Erie Cathedral Prep. Erie Cathedral Prep, if you're looking at teams in both conferences together, Erie Cathedral Prep at 17-2 and 34 points, they are the best team, but Shaler has one game left, so Shaler could also get to the 34-point mark.
Shaler's also peaking at the right time. They've won their last 5 games, too. So Armstrong's going to be up against it in this, and they're really going to have to be, as I made the point earlier, they're really going to have to be on top of their game because Shaler, they realize, of course they realized it from the last game as well, that there's a lot of firepower on this Titans team. They're going to be coming at Armstrong from all ends, so they're going to have to do some very heavy checking, going to do a lot of back checking, a lot of great forward checking as well. Keep the pressure on Shaler in the offensive zone if they can, but some of the guys from Armstrong are going to have to really step up in this one.
Prior to the loss, 3-2 last Thursday to Shaler, Armstrong was on quite a roll. They had gone 8-0-1 in the 9 games prior to that loss, so look to try to get it back together tonight. Doug Anthony is in his second year as the head coach here at Armstrong, the Riverhawks. Next year, the Armstrong School District will be in full effect as Katanning and Ford City are finishing out the string as their respective schools, and they will join up. This team was ahead of the curve for the last 2 years here in the PIHL. Tim Bozak is in his first year as head coach of the Shaler Titans, and he's done a nice turnaround with this team. And you mentioned it, 5 in a row. Before that, they had a 10-game winning streak, which was snapped in an 8-1 loss to Erie Cathedral Prep. One other thing, you made a good point, Greg. We talked about these two teams could put the puck in the net, but they're pretty good defensively, as evidenced by the 3-2 game last Thursday, the last game for both of these teams, which was against each other.
Well, I'm sure that both coaches are probably going to stress defense first, and that'll create opportunities for them in the offensive zone. They've got to do great jobs on the back check and give themselves opportunities to get that puck out of their own end and try and set up the offense. Shaler's got a lot of team speed, and Armstrong's they're going to try and keep Armstrong on the defensive as much as they possibly can. So, again, anything goes tonight, and you've got 2 very high-quality teams in this varsity Class AA, so it should make for a very, very interesting and excellent night of hockey.
We expect the starting goaltenders to be Vinny Evans, the senior for Shaler, making his 17th appearance, and Taylor Schmaus making his 18th appearance for Armstrong Central. We will confirm that once we come back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the starting goaltenders and the opening face-off. Both teams are out on the ice warming up, and we'll have the opening face-off from the Bladerunners in Harmarville right after this break. You're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey. It's sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game-used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
This is Adam Horner, and as promised last year, Josh Roundtree is here to help promote Season 10 of the PIHL Power Play right here on the MSA Sports Network.
But after so many years of coverage, where can we turn for some great hockey wisdom that we haven't yet? How about the head coach of the Mighty Ducks, Gordon Bombay?
Let's have fun out there. Soft hands. You don't shoot the puck to your teammate, you sail it to him.
And don't forget the most important piece of advice ever given by our mentor, Hans.
Wear thick socks, Gordon.
Catch the PIHL Power Play every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on MSASports.net. Attention all teenagers in the South Hills. If you need something to do on a Friday night, look no further than the TGIF Skate at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Featuring a live DJ, big screen TV, special effects lighting, and games from 8 to 11, it's the place to be this winter. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena also offers an after-school skate for younger children, Fridays from 4:30 to 6 p.m., and a full range of instructional programs for all ages. For more information, call 412-561-4363 or visit mountlebanon.org.
The team at S-Mark takes great pride in the company they've built and their growing presence in Pittsburgh. Strong values, steadfast dedication, and unwavering commitment extends well beyond the walls of S-Mark facilities into virtually every facet of our local communities. From ongoing support for critical health and human services for families and children to youth sports and recreation programs. It's the many faces of S-Mark that touch lives, instill hope, and provide opportunities to enhance and enrich the world around us. S-Mark is proud to extend its support of local communities through its sports sponsorship with the MSA Sports Network.
Want to learn how to ice skate or play hockey like they do in the PIHL? Looking for a good place to throw that winter birthday party? If you answered yes, Bladerunners is the place to go for public or private skating sessions, plus learn to skate and learn to play hockey classes. And don't forget to check out PIHL game action at their 2 locations in Harmarville and Warrendale. For more information on ice time, class and game schedules, or party planning, visit their website at www.bladerunnersice.com. See you at the rink.
At Bladerunners in Harmarville. Before we start this contest, let's pause to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last
honored. I said we were getting the playing of the national anthem. We got a great rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. So we're about ready to go. Armstrong, the road team, in their blue jerseys with the orange pants. They'll move from left to right if you're listening. You can see that on the computer screen. Shaler in the home whites with the red pants. They will start. Vinny Evans, 14-2 on the season. He has posted one shutout. Evans goals against average, .293. Save percentage, .892. Taylor Smouse in the net for Armstrong for the Riverhawks. He's 13-3-1 on the season. His goals against average, .331. His save percentage, .860. Two teams I think you would look at as potential favorites as we head towards the AA playoff tournament, Greg.
A lot of great competition as far as this Eastern Conference is concerned, especially with the top three teams. We talked about the standings earlier there, Bob. Shaler with 30, Hampton with 29 points, Armstrong with 27. Then there's a little bit of a drop-off with Greater Latrobe taking that 4th spot at 19. And then you had Fox Chapel who got a big win tonight over Plum in the game preceding
Luke
this
Gross
one.
and Austin Biondo go for the face-off. Biondo wins it for Shaler, and we are underway on senior night, but a steal, and the Riverhawks come down the right wing side. It was Gross, but he can't make a move into the zone. Austin Martz takes the puck away from him. He skates it up and backhands it out, the captain, and here comes Biondo back. He just could not control the puck. That would have been a nice break for Shaler. It's played back into the neutral zone. Stadahar for Shaler, dumps it in right past the captain for Armstrong. Josh Oliver back in his zone end. Shaler on the forecheck. Oliver will pick it up in stride, comes out to the zone. Near side, right wing side to Toy, who dumps it in. And here comes the top line for the Armstrong Riverhawks, their first appearance tonight. Shaler's in their own zone, trying to backhand it out was Biondo. He couldn't do it. Christian Miller, the ever dangerous forward with 38 goals, was on that puck, but Shaler does force it back into the inside of the zone for Armstrong Central. Now Shaler goes on to a line change, and these two teams obviously very familiar with themselves, having played each other last Thursday. The puck comes down. It's pulled out of the air by Oliver, and he comes down the right wing side, puts it in behind the net for Contrail. David Contrail tries to dump it in front. Miller is in front and comes out with a backhand turning shot. He slid it on the ice. Nice little nifty move, even though digging everything on it. Stick save, and we're going to get our first penalty. It's going to come up against Shaler, an interference call, a minute and 20 seconds into this contest.
I think you mentioned one of the keys there, Bob, is that both teams are going to want to keep their shift short. They're very fluent in their line changes and everything like that. So you saw Armstrong come out with their big line. Didn't take them very long to make that change, and the pressure they created brought on the first penalty of the game.
Cameron Beardsley gets called for interference, so he goes to the penalty box. Armstrong has the first power play opportunity. Right point that is kept in by Grafton, dumps it in behind the net. Centering, and a good snapshot from the right circle. Missed the net by Jake Schneider. Long slap shot, that is missed. Shaler picks it up. Can they clear it? Second effort. They do dump it out of the zone. And Armstrong will change up one of the forwards. Schneider will come out. Oliver will come on. And Armstrong comes out of their own zone with a man advantage. The pass a little too hard for Josh Oliver. Comes the length of the ice, not far enough for icing. Stadar has to play it for Shaler, but he lost it behind the net. Armstrong sets up a centering pass. Oliver was knocked down. Christian Miller has it. Left wing half boards, half slap, half pass. That was blocked. Finds the stick of Nick Long. Long puts it into the corner, but over there to take it is Damian Del Tondo with the hockey hair flowing out of the helmet. Puts it behind the net. Shaler has a chance to clear it. They use the boards, but Gross at the near point kept it in temporarily. Now it's picked up by Juska. Justin Juska is back 1-on-3. He can't win that battle. Oh, it almost came off the boards right back onto his stick. And that forced Luke Gross to dump it. The length of the ice comes on to the net where it's picked up by Evans, but he gave it away. Oliver centering for Contrail, but he can't make the connection. 39 seconds to go in this man advantage for Armstrong.
It's a danger you face as a goaltender when you try and clear the puck yourself.
Wachowski comes on and keeps it in. He was pressured by Ficarelli, and now with the puck on the far side is Josh Brantner, who just dumps it behind the net. Alex Ficarelli comes in and puts a check onto the Armstrong defenseman with 20 seconds, a chance for a last rush. Pass is deflected, but connects down the right wing to Christian Miller. Miller with a wrist shot that goes high over top the cage as Colin Bauer was facing him on defense. Left point, centering shot, score! It might have been deflected in front, but it was a wrist shot from the left point Miller was in front. Did he get a stick on it? We'll have to find out. But it's a power play goal, and the Riverhawks strike first.
He fired that one from about 30 feet or so, Bob, and somehow it found its way past Vince Evans there. And very quickly, with 7 seconds left in the penalty, Armstrong's able to cash in.
Wow. 3:14 will be the time of the power play goal. And again, we'll check to see if Miller got the deflection in front. If so, that would be goal number 39 on the season. Puck is dumped in. Schneider giving chase. Actually, Zach Kutch. No, it's Wachowski with the goal. Donovan Wachowski's 4th of the year, a power play goal. For Wachowski, a 2nd power play goal of the year. Nick Long got the only assist, and it's a 1-0 lead. So Wachowski did, which I like. A lot of times, Greg, guys will want to crank up the big slapper, and sometimes you don't need that. That was just a wrist shot from about 45 or 50 feet from the left point by Wachowski.
Yeah,
it finds the net.
Yeah, in a case like that, Bob, all you need to do is just maybe like feather it in and make sure it doesn't hit anybody or anything along the way. Maybe one of your teammates can redirect it or that sort of thing, but he was just able to feather that one through.
Shaler centering pass, their first good opportunity. Austin Biondo from the right circle. Good save by Smouse. Biondo again fires. Smouse was down in the butterfly pad save. Shot deflected. It's a skate in front. Oh my goodness. Austin Marks thought he had tied the game at 1. Not sure how that puck stayed out. Did it catch the post? Did it catch Smouse? Either way, it didn't find the back of the net. Icing is called against the Riverhawks.
Good flurry there by the Shaler Titans, responding very well.
Big time.
Getting a lot of pressure right in front of that net, putting as much pressure on on both the defense and Taylor Smouse there. But Smouse, you mentioned the butterfly style there, and that worked to his advantage right there as he was able to keep that puck out of that net.
Interesting, Greg, because he made the first save on Biondo, then he stayed down. He stayed down in that butterfly, and a shot off the face-off right into the breadbasket by Ficcarelli, and Smouse holds on to that, but he stayed down, and when the rebound came back to Biondo, Smouse was in position.
Well, that first shot that they took when he was wide open on the right wing, had a perfect shot to the net, but Smouse made sure he got himself in perfect position to make that save.
Riverhawks win this face-off, and in the far corner, Nate Grafton plays it, but it's kept in at the right point for Shaler by Stadahar. Dumps it back all the way into the left wing half boards. Comes to the point. Bardsley keeps it in. No, he actually deflects it off a man. It's Christian Miller. Comes back to center ice. Ficcarelli plays it back into his own zone. And Coleman Bauer has to go back to give chase. He gave it away to Christian Miller temporarily. Miller comes to the near point. Steiner keeps it in. But then he extended, and then he is knocked down. An opportunity. Back in shot save as Justin Juska came wide open down the left side, and Smouse again in the butterfly with the breadbasket save and no rebound. So Smouse has been tested. He's made 4 pretty good saves in the early going. It remains 1-0 Armstrong.
But what a great job by Juska to split the defense on the left side. Both the defensemen were trying to attack him. He was able to just feather that puck right in between them and get a shot on goal. He almost had a breakaway chance there, and but again, Smouse, true to the test, was able to get his body in front of that one.
Martz had missed the net with a wrist shot off the faceoff, and the puck is played into the stands on the far side. Armstrong with a power play goal, 1-0 lead in this contest. We have 11:35 to go in the first period.
Well, ever since that goal that they scored in the power play, Shaler's reeled off 5 straight shots. So they know now they're playing with a little, even in the early going, they're playing with a little sense of desperation right now.
Faceoff is won by the Riverhawks, and Donovan Wachowski, the goal scorer, back in his own zone. Plays it around to the far side, stuck in the skates of Oliver. That allows Shaler to collapse, and Michael Fuchs almost creates a turnover, but Armstrong has it behind their own net. They'll turn and reverse it to the far boards. That's where Oliver will get it. Backhands it up, but not out. Martz kept it in with a nice job to go down to a knee, but now it's forced out, but without a stick, David Oliver. And a glove is lost. Shaler, their captain, loses the glove. It's Austin Marks, and Oliver lost the stick. Long off the bench with a steal. Wrist shot misses the net. It was 3-on-1. I don't think Nick Long knew that. That line change created an odd man break. Good outlet. That's offsides. That's a good call. As just a stride ahead was Austin Biondo.
Yeah, you have to make sure of where you are out on that rink, and unfortunately, he was a bit over the line.
He tried to cheat. He did try to cheat it.
Yeah, but the officials weren't going to allow that. So Good call by the officials, but his body was certainly over the line. His skates were over the line by the time that pass got to him.
About a half a second offside, so the face-off just outside of the Shaler blue line is controlled by Biondo. Biondo dumps it in. Austin Biondo, 9 goals, 15 assists for the senior captain. And this is dumped the length of the ice, and it will not be icing. It was touched by Shaler. So Bardsley in his own zone. He fires it up the length of the ice. This will be icing, and the faceoff will come back into the Shaler zone. Biondo, Jake Lennon, and Vince Evans are the 3 seniors, as we mentioned in the pregame, that were honored tonight on senior night here before the game by the Shaler area Titans. Faceoff to the left of Vinny Evans. Evans did not play hockey, chose to concentrate on academics, and came back after his sophomore season. In front, they stuff at it. Evans was down low, and he made the save, and it's cleared away by Shaler. Armstrong very nearly made it 2-0. Evans plays travel hockey as well. Here comes Kutch down the right side. He stick handles and lost the puck. One move too many on that 2-on-2. Back to try to get it is Del Tondo, but Armstrong had it. They can't play it, and it's cleared out. Back to center ice to Zane Wachowski. Wachowski to Christian Miller, who gets around a check from Del Tondo. In the left corner, it's Christian Miller with it. He's knocked down. Second effort by Del Tondo, but a centering pass. That's a good read. Back in front, now it's Del Tondo and Bardsley. They're the Hair brothers out there. Hard to tell one from the other. The long hair flowing out of the back of the helmets. Ficcarelli on, he falls down. Centering pass finds the stick of Steve Stadahar, but he can't shoot it. Armstrong clears it with speed, trying to gain the zone. They're denied at the red line, and Shaler dumps it back in, and the Titans will go for a line change. Back in his own zone, Chase Steiner to play for Armstrong. He has it knocked away temporarily. Steiner falls down at center ice. That creates a turnover for Brantner, who finds Juska. Juska down the left side, stick handling. Fires it off the post. Oh, he got down low and tight to hit the far post. Puck played back at center ice, trying to gain the zone. That's a big check. And we're going to get a penalty. Brantner was sent flying by Nate Grafton. But Grafton's going to get called for the penalty, and that will put Shaler on its first man advantage opportunity.
And he tried to sidestep that one, but he took a huge hit right there up at the upper portion of the slot as he was trying to skate in there.
Close to being a good hip check. It is tripping called against Nate Grafton, the senior defenseman. So Shaler in the zone to our left goes on the man advantage for a first time. Armstrong's Donovan Wachowski has the game's only goal. That came on a power play at 3:14 in this first period. Biondo, the face-off, but it's controlled by Armstrong, but they can't clear. Now they do, and they almost get it ahead to Oliver, and now Gross shorthanded, does a good job to free it up. It's into the Shaler zone, but back there was Jordan Ramsey on the back check. Also got some help from Martz. Shaler clears it up, but Armstrong puts it right back into the neutral zone. Shaler down the far side for Alex Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli can't play the puck. Sam Long has it for Armstrong. He finds a lane and clears the ice as the penalty killers. A nice job in the first 30 seconds for Armstrong. They will change up. Shaler has the puck in their own zone. And here they come, Austin Martz. Try to lead the Russ. Left wing to Juska. We've seen him dangerous twice on the left side. He risked it wide. Comes around to the far side. Played over there by Stadahar. But he lost control, and Armstrong will clear it up. Short-handed the other way. Walking in, wrist shot, and a big blocker save. As Nicholas Long was denied by Vinny Evans on the short-handed breakaway.
Brilliant pass right down the middle. Nice saucer pass right down the middle, and being able to get behind the defense right there, give themselves an opportunity for Armstrong. Short-handed there, but again, Vinny Evans, great job just getting the blocker right in front of him. What a save.
Nice, Nicholas Long, absolutely. Long was looking for his first short-handed goal. Shaler still has 55 seconds to go in this man advantage.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to establish a power play at all so far.
Really no zone possession.
No.
Credit to the Armstrong penalty killers. Long has it go off his skate, but here comes Biondo with that big stride, so choppy strides, gets to the Fuchs. It comes in front, and a turning backhander just wide by Seth Walzer. He almost found the net on the power play. Armstrong just forces it to the point, and it's out. And it comes to Gross. Jacob Gross will dump it in. He wants a line change. Shaler in its own zone with 25 seconds will try to establish one last rush. Turning on a dime. Damian Del Tondo. Near side loses it. Contrail dumps it right back in. Armstrong has done a tremendous job killing this penalty. They had the best opportunity in this 2-minute sequence. 10 seconds to go. Here comes the Shaler player. That is Juska. It is Juska walking in. Dumps it back behind. Juska coming up the right side. He surprised me. We've seen him 3 times come down the left wing. Ficcarelli dumps it in.
What a great speed he
deflects it in. Yeah, we've seen it evident here in this first period. The penalty is over. Grafton is back after the tripping call. So Shaler is over, one with the man advantage. 6:55 to go in this first period. It remains Armstrong 1 and Shaler nothing.
Yeah, and that goal by Wachowski at the 3:14 mark of the first period on the power play.
Here comes Gross walking in, centering pass, and a good read. Luke Gross had Josh Oliver in front, but Shaler came back to make a defensive play. Donovan Wachowski, far side, slop shot, and a glove save, a larceny save. As flashing the leather was Vinnie Evans on Christian Miller down low in the left circle.
Yeah, and he had to react very quickly because that was a one-time attempt right there by Wachowski from that left wing where he scored the first goal. This time he tried to slap her right there, but very alertly Evans, showing that very fast glove, was able to get his leather on it.
That's Christian Miller, who has 38 goals on the season. Miller had 46 last year. And he was robbed by Vinnie Evans. Martz had a shot, which was denied at the other end by Taylor Smouse. Puck is cleared up to Luke Gross. He turns and gains the red line and then skates from right to left, still with possession. Gets around a check, gets around another check. Skates down low, backhand pass, intercepted by Ficcarelli in his own zone. He comes through the neutral zone through center ice, loses it off the stick, off the skate of Christian Miller, picked up by Austin Martz, who comes down the left side, but he is denied entry on a good job on a stick check by Donovan Wachowski. Cleared up to the neutral zone for Christian Miller. Miller goes back into his own zone as Armstrong changes some troops. Puck is played back into the Shaler zone. Behind Jordan Ramsey, gives it up to Miller. Miller down the left side, he's in. He walks in, he can't shoot it, and now Evans has a loose puck, and he denies a man in front. An opportunity, a big one for Zach Kutch. Miller made 6 or 7 moves coming in on the left wing, Greg. He couldn't get the final shot off. Kutch tried to get it in, but on the ice prone, Vinnie Evans with the left hand made a glove save on Kutch.
And as a goaltender, you have to react very, very quickly because they were skating right in there. Armstrong has done such a great job of splitting the defense of Shaler right there and getting a number of shots on Vinnie Evans, but Evans has been very sharp aside from that one giveaway. He's been very sharp in that net.
Face-off win creates a shot and a save and a rebound that is backhanded through the crease. And now Shaler with speed coming out of their own zone. Seth Walzer, 3-on-3. Walzer skates to the left wing, draw passes, intercepted. Here comes the counterattack. Jacob Gross gets it up to Nick Long. It's 3-on-2. A little saucer centering pass for Kutch. That's deflected the other way, and Walzer down the right side is back 1-on-2. Walzer is dumped on a beautiful check in his own zone by Chase Steiner. And that's a tremendous hip check by Steiner. Armstrong in their own zone, near side of Long, uses the skate to stick. He tries to wind his way in, cleared back to center ice. Biondi was headed one way, the puck went the other. He turns away, gets in on Wachowski, but he loses the stick. Zane Wachowski didn't take the player out, but he got a stick. So Biondi's without a stick. He wants to come to the bench for Shaler. Stolen behind the net by the Titans. Centering pass hits a stick, comes all the way to the near boards. Turned over to Juska. Juska dumps it down low, too far for Fuchs. Marks centers it, and is cleared away by Armstrong. Near point, Stadahar, that is blocked. And Nicholas Long, another breakaway down the right side. Walking in, wrist shot, save again by Vinnie Evans. The rebound is put in. It's 2-0 Armstrong as David Contrail finds a loose puck, and he puts it in. 2-0 lead for Armstrong.
Coming to the bench.
Are they going to wave the goal off? As Long was denied on the second breakaway, and the referee's having a talk with Doug Anthony, which leads me to believe they're going to wave that goal off.
Yeah, I think certainly looks like it because, again, Long creates another opportunity right there on that breakaway, and Evans is never really, he's able to make the initial save, but he's never able to clear the puck out of the out of the zone. He didn't get much help from his defense either in trying to clear that puck away, which created another opportunity for Armstrong there. So, but again,
Evans denied long, short-handed, Greg, with a blocker. This time with the other hand, the glove save. And it's going to be no goal. I think they're calling potentially a crease violation. Man was in the crease. That's what it was. So a Contrail goal on the rebound. Shaler takes an early timeout, too. That's a potential chance for the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game, as Contrail would have put that in at the 12:26
mark,
on the rebound, but a man in the crease. And just replaying that in my mind, Greg, they were obviously Long was jammed in tight. Contrail, there were several Riverhawks who got up on tight with Vinny Evans. They were all around that blue paint. So a man in the crease denies Armstrong a 2-0 lead, and Tim Bozak has enough. His team has been back on its heels, and he takes an early timeout.
And it's probably a good thing that he did, because Armstrong has been very, very strong in this period, both offensively and defensively. Shaler's had their chances, but again, a great job there by Taylor Smouse to keep his net clean.
Back in his own zone, Cam Bardsley spins, finds Fuchs.
Almost
Fuchs
a turnover
out
there.
March 2-on-2. Make it 2-on-3. March with a wrist shot. He had some room in the near post, and Smouse was flailing, but March missed the net. Stadar pinches in. Can he keep it? And he takes the man out, and that's kept in. Schneider was knocked down. He wants a penalty. None forthcoming. Wachowski centering, or his pass is intercepted by Fuchs. Fuchs finds Juska. Juska left side. Wrist shot. He misses. Third time we've seen Juska break down the near wing. This centering pass is knocked down by the skate of Contrail in front of his own net. Evans sees one-on-one coming back. He also sees Jacob Schneider. Vinny Evans decides to put the big glove on the puck. He holds on. 3:23 to go in this first period. It's Armstrong 1 and Shaler 0.
And so far the Riverhawks out shooting the Titans 10-8 here in this first period. But you got to admit, though, Bob, that Armstrong is making their chances count.
Face out to the right of Vinny Evans. Puck in the circle, and it's played back and won by Shaler. They'll clear it out of the zone. Behind Donovan Wachowski, not far enough for icing. Wachowski tried to dummy it, so he has to come back and play it. On the near boards, the Toy. And Kobe Toy is knocked down, but he does get it back to center ice. Oliver lost the stick. That allows Del Tondo to go back to his defense partner, Ramsey. Ramsey goes to the far side. Shaler will try to set it up with Brantner from there. Brantner is checked. Gross puts the puck in the zone temporarily, and Armstrong will play it back in their own blue line, near their own blue line. Wachowski dumps it in. Del Tondo knocks it down with a glove. Picked up by Gross. Luke Gross coming down the right wing side, dumps it behind the net. Shaler in their own zone. They play it. Kept in at the left point over by Armstrong. On the backhand, nowhere to go with it for Armstrong. Sam Long plays it all the way around to the near corner for Oliver. Oliver puts it up in the air, and it deflects back into the neutral zone. Under 2.5 to go in this first period. Toy has the puck to Nick Long. Long has been denied twice on breakaways in this first period. And that probably did not make Tim Bozak happy. Another reason probably why he took that time out early. Shaler's marks in his own zone as his pocket picked. Comes near the net. Evans comes out to the right and puts the paw down on it. And a face-off forthcoming in the Shaler zone.
You had to know early on, though, Bob, I think that Armstrong was playing with a little bit of desperation coming into this one themselves, because they're trying to improve their own lot as far as the playoffs are concerned. They're not going to be able to catch Shaler as we're that late into the season, but even so, Armstrong can still take a big step with a win tonight to try and steal one back as Shaler beat them on their home ice earlier.
There's Koch firing through a screen, and a stick save made by Evans. Puck comes to the right side of the net. They can't get it in front of the Riverhawks. They center it, but cleaning up his own zone is Juska. Juska's pass too far for Biondo, and Nate Grafton goes back into his own zone for Armstrong. He lost it. Grafton with a shot from the right goal line. Biondo that is saved. Juska's centering pass goes all the way outside of the zone. And in the neutral zone, Stadahar plays it. His pass too far for Juska. Schneider behind his own net for Armstrong plays it with 90 seconds to go in this first period. Juska's forechecking again. He's been all over the ice this first period for Shaler. He's been their best player in the first 17, 16-40 so far, or 15-40. Centering pass open, taking his time, walking in. It's Christian Miller! 1,000 deeks and a goal! And it's 2-0 Armstrong. He held the puck forever, and he drew Evans out, and he finds the empty net. This one counts for the Riverhawks, 2-0.
What patience shown by Christian Miller. As soon as he got that puck, got it right in with the slot, made a few moves on the left side of the net, was able to go a little bit behind the net, but even so, had enough of a stick to beat him short side on that one. And Evans, didn't know what to do there. I mean, he put every sort of move on Evans that he possibly could. Evans goes
Miller and again tries to go 5-hole, and Evans made that save. A great feed from Contrail, and Christian Miller almost had his second to make it 3-0 under a minute to go. Shaler tries to attack. Del Tondo dumps it in. Christian Miller plays it back to center ice. Kuntz and Schneider get the assists. So Jake Schneider, and Zach Kuntz get the helpers on Miller's 39th of the year. Miller has 81 goals in the last 2 seasons, and he dangled that forever. Evans came out to challenge, and great patience and great hands. Counterattack, Walzer centers it. Oh, it's a skate cleared away by Armstrong. All the way back past Martz, and an opportunity for Schneider late with 15 seconds to go in the period. He's knocked off the puck as Matt Bozak gets his first shift. The centering pass, they can't find Oliver. 8 seconds to go in the period. Centering pass, it's cleared away. Armstrong wants a too many men call. Martz with a wrist shot. That is a blocker save by Taylor Smouse as the period comes to an end. A good one for the Armstrong Riverhawks. They outshoot Shaler 12-9, and they lead after 1, 2-0. We'll take a break. Back with the second period right after this. You're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media. It's right here in the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Back at the Bladerunners in Harmarville. First 17 minutes in the books. Armstrong leading Shaler 2-0 with Greg Kuntz, Bob Orkwis. Teams flip-flop, so Shaler moves left to right across the video stream or across your computer keyboard if you're listening to the audio broadcast. And Armstrong in their own zone with a 2-0. They gave it away. Martz has it, his shot. He can't beat Oliver. Oliver went down to block it, but Martz down the near boards right wing goes into the right corner. Centering pass, that's too far, and Christian Miller in his own zone with speed comes down the right wing, but that's great stick work by Austin Marks. Takes the puck right off of his blade, and is cleared back behind the Shaler net. Cam Bardsley in his own zone plays it up. Nick Long keeps it in for Armstrong, and now it is played back into the neutral zone to Austin Martz. He's 2-on-3 down the left wing side. Dangles, wrists, and fires. And Taylor Smouse makes the save, and he holds on, no rebound.
You kind of get the sense of this game, Bob, that every goal is going to be a big one. And right now, if you're Shaler, you're kind of in a cavernous hole right now. The way Armstrong is doing a great job on both the forecheck and the back check. They're creating opportunities for themselves, and Shaler maybe being a little bit too careless with that puck.
Here comes an outlet and a chance with a breakaway, and a trip is called. We make it a penalty shot. Kutch got behind. I'm not sure he got a shot off, and I don't think Armstrong wants a penalty shot, but I don't think we're going to get one. But Armstrong, the Riverhawks, will go on their second man advantage. A tripping call is forthcoming to Jordan Ramsey. And he denied Kutches an opportunity on that breakaway. This tripping call comes 1 minute into period number 2. Armstrong is already 1-for-1 with the man advantage. Let's just enjoy a little Def Leppard, can we?
Sure, why not?
Shaler wins the faceoff and clears the zone. Short-handed Walzer can't get around Gross, and Luke Gross comes down the left side, skates laterally, wrists it wide, rebound off the boards, and that is blocked up in the air as Oliver had it. Miller, left circle, puts it down low, backhanded, hits the outside of the net, comes to the point, kept in by Wachowski. Miller fires from the point, down low, save made by Evans, cleared up and out. Martz will skate it, has Juska behind the defense, short-handed. Juska goes in, he slashed, oh, he had a wide open net, and he went to the backhand, and he couldn't get the shot off. He got tied up in his own skates.
Yeah, but the penalty is going to be nullified as I think you mentioned it earlier, Bob. It's going to be number 89 for Armstrong.
Donovan Wachowski.
Yeah, Wachowski's going to go to the box for slashing. So that nullifies the power play.
We'll skate four-side for a minute 26. I'm going to talk about the nullification. Juska almost had a short-handed goal if he gets that backhander off cleanly. And then Shaler will go on a man advantage for 44 seconds at the end of this. Face-off win, shot off the tip of the glove. Stadar was denied on a nice glove save by Smouse. Armstrong can't get it out. The puck hits Ficcarelli in the skate as Zane Wachowski couldn't get it out. Another steal by Ficcarelli. Turns on a dime in the left circle, wrist shot down low. Stick save by Taylor Smiles. Near side shot by Del Tondo. Misses the net. Ficcarelli tracks it down on the left wing half boards. Behind the net, a centering pass is blocked as Del Tondo wanted to pinch in. And he keeps it in, Damian Del Tondo on the near boards behind the net to Stadar. Stadar leaves it left corner for Alex Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli in front tried to give and go with Stadar. Here comes the puck out. No, Del Tondo kept it in. But now Stadar gets it, and he has to skate into the neutral zone. Winds it up for Shaler. 35 seconds on the 4-on-4. Ficcarelli left the wing, drop past Austin Martz. Tries to go back for Ficcarelli. Played by Armstrong up and out of the zone. Won't be far enough for icing, and it's going to be a foot race. Here comes Long, but he's knocked off the puck. Nicely done by Damian Del Tondo.
Yeah, nice hip check right there by Del Tondo to get him off the puck.
Marks down the right wing, gains the zone for Shaler. Wrist shot, and another breadbasket save made by Taylor Smouse. And he holds on. 12 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, and then Shaler goes on the man advantage. I said 46 seconds. It'll be 36 seconds for Shaler with the 5-on-4 man advantage power play. Face off to the left of Taylor Smouse in the zone to her right. Shaler wins it. Martz has it, spins and turns, slides it to the net. Smouse made the save, then his teammates clears it away. Miller looking for that loose puck down the right wing, but Martz is too quick for him, and Martz has it, and now Shaler's on the man advantage. But Miller knocks Martz down. Might have got away with a hold. Puck played up for Juska, too far for him, and Nate Grafton is on it for Armstrong. Skates in short-handed. Flies down the right wing, comes behind the net on the backhand, and just leaves it there. 19 seconds to go on the Shaler power play, an abbreviated power play. Steiner kept it in, cleared and stolen by Juska, back 3-on-3. Juska down the left side, tries the center, still in possession. Walks and turns, he had net up top, but he fired it over top the cage in 2 seconds. Wachowski will be back. The puck is tied up on the far boards, and Shaler's Bardsley didn't know where it was, and now we get a hand pass as we're 5 aside with 13:20 to go, and it remains 2-0 Armstrong.
Juska so far in this game has been the most dangerous weapon for Shaler. He's had a number of opportunities so far, and you're right, Bob. I mean, he had a really bad angle to shoot at, and he had a wide open net to his side on the left side, but yeah, unfortunately, not accurate with his shot.
He was down low, but he did have the top of the net as Smouse was down. So we get the puck played out of play into the penalty box on the far side of the ice. So face-off in the neutral zone. Armstrong wins it. Nick Long wins it back to his defense. Played up the near side, and Bardsley goes back into his own zone, plays it around for Ramsey, but that's too far. Ramsey has to retreat behind his own net. He is forechecked, and Armstrong's on the puck. Left wing half boards Nick Long. Skating in to try to keep it in with Sam Long, but it squirts past him, and Donovan Wachowski in his own zone. Played it, and it's in behind the Armstrong net to the far side. Trying to track it down is Michael Fuchs. Well, Fuchs is tied up with an Armstrong player on the far boards. 4 players go after that puck, and Shaler's going to win the battle. Stadahar had it. Dumps it behind the net, but the Riverhawks will grab control. Dump it up the near boards, but Ramsey keeps it in. Dumps it down the left wing, but it's played by Wachowski out, and an odd-man break for Armstrong. Down the left wing, right wing side, they're denied. Great defensive play by Cam Bardsley. A centering pass comes up in the air. Wachowski through traffic in front. That shot deflects, and it's the crossbar, I think, as Kuntz got it over the shoulder of Evans, but it found the iron. 12 minutes to go in the second period. Armstrong continues to lead 2-0. And here comes Schneider. Offside, though, up ahead was Kuntz. He tried to hold the blue line, but he could not do it. That allows Armstrong to complete the line change.
Three shots so far in the period for the Shaler Titans, just one for the Armstrong Riverhawks.
Armstrong first period goals by Donovan Wachowski and Christian Miller. They have the 2-0 lead. It is Zane Wachowski in his own zone, backhands it up, back into the neutral zone. Shaler's on it. It is Biondo. Boy, Biondo is just very fast, not very tall, but you can see he's speedy and all over the ice for the Shaler Titans. Coach Tim Bozak said he has not ever had someone who has played for him. Tim Bozak has coached a lot. Who's the hardest worker as Biondo. Bozak, by the way, coached J.T. Miller, who is a sometime New York Rangers center. Biondo, weak wrist shot, saved by Smouse, and he holds on. Tim Bozak, by the way, had coached Vinnie Evans, who I mentioned did not play. Evans' travel team was the Penn's Elite, and assistant coach on the team was Tim Bozak, and Coach Bozak asked Vinnie Evans to come back and play for Shaler, and I'd say it's worked out for the Titans. Armstrong wins a faceoff in their own zone. Gross passed a little too hard. Luke Gross off the stick of Oliver. Counterattack dumped in by Jacob Lennon. Shaler, one of their alumni, Zach Lynch, a talented forward, now stars for Robert Morris University. Lennon deflects it wide in front of the net. And Nate Grafton behind his own cage for Armstrong, plays it off a skate, comes to the center point. Good job to keep it in. Ramsey, though, can't stick handle, and it's finally cleared by Armstrong. Back into the Shaler zone where Cam Bardsley will go back to play for the Titans. Near side of Jake Lennon. Lennon loses it. Gross walks in, wrist shot, a blocker save down the left wing side. Luke Gross denied by Vinnie Evans. Puck is in the left wing corner. Shaler loses it. Luke Gross puts it in front. Kobe Toy was open. He has to retrieve in the right wing boards. Shaler plays it up, and it's onto the stick and out of the zone by Seth Walzer. Here comes an opportunity. Breakaway for Brander in. Stopped by Smouse, and Smouse covers the rebound. Brander had a breakaway for 3/4 of the ice, but Taylor Smouse said no.
The thing about that, too, is, Bob, he could have made all sorts of, he could have deked him in any sort of way, but he really didn't. He kept the puck to the forehand, and Smouse was able to read that very well, so he didn't do a great job of trying to deke Smouse out, but Smouse saw that puck all the way, and I think that cost him.
Hit shot, score! Justin Yuska off the face-off, and the Titans are on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, you knew it was only a matter of time there, Bob, because Yuska had been the most potent weapon on that Shaler offense, and finally he was able to break through, find some seam within the defense of Armstrong there, and just feather it past Smouse to gain the lead, to get on the board for the Titans. So that is a huge goal right there, and it should give Shaler a little bit of momentum.
17th of the season for Justin Yuska. Stadahar and Alex Ficarelli get the helpers. Yuska at 6:58 makes it 2-1. Right after the faceoff where Smouse denied the breakaway attempt by Josh Brantner as Brantner tried to go 5-0, but Yuska in front. Skated from right to left after the faceoff win and went almost not quite as patient as Miller, but same type of move to hold on, and he beat Smouse to make it a 1-goal game. Centering pass for Armstrong denied by Martz. Martz up the far side to Steven Stadahar. Stadahar down the right wing, gets into the zone. Checked off the puck by Donovan Wachowski. And Wachowski does a nice play to take it and clear it back through center ice. Del Tondo plays it up in the air. Squirts back towards the Armstrong line. And it's played on the backhand by Easton Hooks. Hooks over to Sam Long. Sam Long finds Christian Miller. Nick Long with moves, wrist shot. Glove saved by Evans. He couldn't control it. And the centering pass is picked off by Yuska. Yuska's pass slides it along the boards to Seth Walzer. Walzer gains the zone. He's tied up in the left wing corner. However, puck is played behind the net to Ficcarelli. Ficcarelli near side. The puck is squirts free to Yuska. Yuska along the boards will skate out with it. Wristed in front. Oh, it's deflected just wide. As a man in front was Walzer. He was tied up by Sam Long. Smouse is down already as the puck's behind the net. Just sitting there at the bottom of the left circle. Shaler has it. Centering pass by Ficcarelli. Can't find its mark. Mart's left point. Slap shot. Deflects off a stick and goes into the meshing. And a face-off will be upcoming in the Armstrong zone with 8:27 to go in period number 2. It's Armstrong leading Shaler at the Bladerunners in Harmarville by a score of 2-1.
The opportunity created for Shaler by Josh Brantner on that breakaway was the thing really, Bob, that led to that goal by Yuska. Shaler has been very, very workmanlike in the second period. They're doing a great job of the back check, and they've started to improve their forecheck too, and Yuska was able to take advantage of that opportunity.
Face-off is controlled by Christian Miller. He skates out of his own zone, comes down the left wing. Centering pass, Contrell, right circle. Shot save, rebound, score! In front! On the loose puck, Jacob Schneider, and Armstrong gets it back. It's 3-1 Riverhawks.
And right as I say that, Armstrong reestablishes their forecheck, and they're able to get a puck on the right wing to Schneider out there, and he's able to beat Evans short side. And just as Shaler was about to build a little bit of momentum in this game, Robert, Armstrong answers right back with a very emphatic goal.
Jacob Schneider on the rebound, should get his 5th. It should be David Contrell and Christian Miller with helpers. I'm not sure how they got those two people on the assists. They got Wachowski and Oliver. It was Miller who put the shot on, and Contrell. It was Contrell's rebound that was put in. I'm going with my assists. I'm not sure where these officials see that. So they give the assist to Oliver and Donovan Wachowski.
One-timer.
Good save by Evans. He stayed down, try to save it. He's a threat anytime and anywhere he is on the ice. Miller skates in and kind of taps Vinny Evans on the pad after just a way to say nice save.
But what a pass, though. Miller wide open right there. Great recognition going cross-rink to Miller on that shot. And Evans had to react very quickly because he could have very easily been beaten short side on that one. But a great job again by Evans to recover from that one. But yeah, you're right. Miller is ever so dangerous.
3-1 Riverhawks. Luke Gross off the face-off win. Slides it through the crease. Jake Gross is in the right wing corner. Leaves it there for Oliver. Oliver dumps it in behind the net. It's going to be played in the corner on the forecheck for Jacob Gross. Puts it in front. Evans slides out and makes the save. And he holds on down in that butterfly as Luke Gross was at the bottom of the right circle to get that opportunity.
I think Armstrong could sense that Shaler was starting to work their way back into this game, but that response goal right there by Schneider has interrupted any sort of momentum that Shaler was trying to build off of that one goal.
In the game last Thursday, Shaler had a 2-0 lead after the first 2 periods on goals by Steven Stadahar and Alex Ficcarelli. before Armstrong got 2 goals by Christian Miller and then by David Oliver to make it 3-2 before Ficcarelli got the eventual game winner. It was 3-1. Here's a shot, Marks walking in. Oh, he fires the wrist shot wide. Oh, he had plenty of time to look it over. He did survey, and he went to the glove side, but he missed the net.
Didn't even try and deke him again either.
He had room.
They had a lot of time, as you mentioned, too, Bob.
Had time and space, but he just misfired. But another good opportunity, that for Austin Martz.
On a 2-on-1, nevertheless.
Shaler picks it up, centering. Good job, good read by Taylor Schmaus. Deflects that pass with a stick. The return shot misses the net. Ramsey off the bench keeps it in the left point. Shaler makes the steal down low. They walk behind the net. Centering pass. Shot just wide by Ficcarelli. Comes in front. It's in the circle. Teeing it up. Shot. Schmaus makes the save on Steven Stadahar. Nice job to corral that with the left arm, and then he does not allow the rebounds.
He tried to stick handle a little bit too much on that one, but Schmaus, great reaction time, was able to get his body in front of that one.
Face off forthcoming in the zone to our right, to the right of Taylor Schmaus. Comes to Del Tondo through traffic, misses the net on a wrist shot. Armstrong will play it up, bouncing puck controlled by Nick Long. Long goes down the far side to Kutch. His return pass is played back to center ice by the Titans, and gaining the zone is Walzer. Walzer had it picked off or knocked off his stick. Nate Grafton loses it. Del Tondo, a heavy slapper from the right point, goes over top the net. It's cleared out. Can Long get another breakaway? He'll get the puck. Long walks down the right side, centers it onto the skate of Easton Hooks. Hooks back in front to Long. His shot deflects. Blocked in front, bouncing around. Comes to the right point. Played in behind the net. On the backhand is Kutch. Hooks tries to get it in front for Nick Long. Good job to deny that by Del Tondo. Kutch with it. Kutch into the left wing corner. Plays it on the backhand. Puck still in the left corner. Biondi plays it behind the net to Del Tondo. He backhands it to the right point. Armstrong will keep it in and dump it back down the boards. In behind the net for Kutch. His centering pass is intercepted by Shaler, and waiting for the puck is Austin Biondi. Biondi comes down, skates to a wrist shot, and it goes! And how can it not go in? Schmaus never found the puck. He lost sight of it, and it was dangerously bouncing around. I thought Shaler put it in. And then the return shot is stopped by Schmaus with a blocker, and then the net is off its moorings. How did that not go in?
Yeah, because it was wide open on that left side there.
Well, that was an empty net.
What exactly happened there? I mean, I didn't even see it.
First of all, it was kind of an innocuous shot, and Schmaus made the save, but it went up over his shoulder, and he never found it. The puck was just laying there. Shaler came down the near side, and not quite sure how they didn't poke that one into the empty net. So it remains 3-1 for Armstrong, with 4.5 to go in the second period. Armstrong has the face-off win. Christian Miller plays it up near side for Jacob Schneider. Schneider down the left wing. He's played off the puck. Martz plays it out of the zone, past Sam Long, and back into his own zone. Donovan Wachowski with the puck. Up to Juska. Juska gloves it down, sets the attack up, back into his own zone now. And that's where Jordan Ramsey has it. Back for Ficcarelli, but the pass never made it. It was intercepted by Schneider, who puts it back into the Shaler zone. Juska to the point. Wachowski with a stake keeps it in. Wrist shot save. Rebound Miller. Spins left circle. Shot saved by Vinny Evans, and he holds on. Oh, Miller had short side open as he spun, and Evans was kind of leaning towards the far post, and Miller shot it right into his arm.
You got to give Armstrong credit in the sense that they're not willing to open it up just yet with a 2-goal lead. You have to wonder, too, if they're going to still try and protect their lead.
Oliver gets it in front. Stick save. Evans came out. The challenge, I'm not sure the shot by Oliver would have been on the net, but he deked his way in from between the circles, and Vinny Evans came out to challenge. Very aggressive, and then we get a whistle on another face-off in the Shaler zone to the right of the senior goalkeeper, Evans. Armstrong has outshots Shaler in this game, 23-22.
They've had the last 3 shots, too.
The Riverhawks lead, 3-1. 3:35 to go, second period. David Oliver will dump it into the zone. Falling down is Kobe Toy. But Donovan Wachowski skates down the right side. His centering pass to no one. Finds the stick of Zach Sarnowski. And Sarnowski dumps it into the zone, and he was dumped. Lennon is out, the third line for Shaler.
What a check by Oliver on the near boards on Lennon.
Or the fourth line. Lennon has it, puts it in front. Sarnowski was in front, but he can't shoot it. And the counterattack comes for Armstrong as Luke Gross comes down the right side. Shoots and scores! Stopped in the left circle, reset the shooting angle, and Luke Gross has his 11th. It's 4-1 Armstrong.
He was wide open, too. Gross, again, like Christian Miller earlier with his goal, really just took his time. He was right in the slot right there. He had all sorts of net to work with, and he found an open spot past Evans. And again, Shaler very shell-shocked right now. Armstrong just doing an awesome job on the forecheck, giving themselves opportunities, and they're taking advantage of as many of them as possible.
So Gross will get the goal, wait for the helpers. It comes at 14:03. Armstrong leads 4-1. Donovan Wachowski has a goal and 2 assists in this game to pace Armstrong. And the Riverhawks lead it 4-1. Ficarelli with a steal. Good job. The wrist. Oh, he just missed. Far post blocker side. Good job to stop in his own zone by Jacob Gross. Clears it out. Another breakaway for Nick Long. His third of the game. Puts it in this time, 5-hole. Small stopped him with the blocker. Small stopped him with the glove, or Evans, excuse me. This time he goes 5-hole on Vinny Evans, and Nick Long has goal number 3 on the season, and the Riverhawks lead it 5-1.
2 goals now in 23 seconds for the Armstrong Riverhawks, and again, Long didn't have to think about that one, but he kept Evans' legs spread wide enough to create his own 5-hole right there, and Long just basically had he had all sorts of time to work with, and just took his time with that one.
Nick Long only has 3 goals on the season. Chris Atherton picks up the assists. You could have fooled me. Long's had 3 breakaways, and he's got different moves on each one of them. Wrist shot, blocker save, wrist shot, glove save, wrist shot, 5-hole. Goal number 3 on the season for Nick Long. This is only his 11th game, however. So with 2:15 to go, Armstrong on the road has built a 5-1 second period lead. Puck is dumped in the zone by Walzer, and he's tied up right at the red line with Schneider. Puck is played down the far side, and Corey Alston goes back to get it for Shaler. Up to Juska. Juska has the only goal for the Shaler Titans. Stick handling, and he can't beat Christian Miller. Miller plays it up the near side. On the puck, walking in, centering pass. First shift for Nick Benevenuti. Miller's double shifting all in front. And almost a chance for Benevenuti. Benevenuti on the rebound. Puck in front. They get close to the net. Martz came down the right side. He cuts to the net. He is tripped. And Shaler will go on its 3rd man advantage opportunity. Although it comes with a minute 32. One of their man advantage opportunities was an abbreviated power play opportunity. This tripping call comes at 15:28. And headed to the box for Armstrong is Sam Long. Face off to the left of Taylor Smouse. Cleared away. Oliver gives chase. Shaler has to go back to the neutral zone, and here they come down the left wing side. Juska stick handles in. Center, shot, saves Smouse, rebound, and Shaler can't settle it. Ficarelli skates to the center point, makes a move, goes left wing, half boards to Martz. Mart's wrist shot blocked in front. Actually hit his own man in front. Stadahar. Martz keeps it into left point. This slapper blockered away by Smouse. Puck played to the near point to Ramsey. Down the right wing side to Ficcarelli. Center point to Martz. Slapper. Score! Martz broke his stick, but his slap shot found its way through traffic, and Shaler gets the late power play goal to make it 5-2.
But that puck took pretty much forever to get to Martz, and Martz one-timed it from the center point right there, but what a shot he put on. I mean, he blistered that thing past Smouse, but again, Shaler worked very workmanlike on the power play, playing with, again, a sense of desperation right there, but that goal, I mean, we thought that the goal that they got, their first goal that they got would give them a lift, but this one has to give them a bit of a lift right now after Armstrong had just absolutely stolen the period from Shaler.
Stadahar was in front creating a screen. Austin Martz gets his 16th of the year, his third power play goal. Alex Ficcarelli picks up his second assist in this contest. The goal at 16-20. And we'll see how big of a goal that is for Shaler. Last time they scored in this period by Juska, they made it 2-1. Armstrong rattled off the next three. 25 seconds to go in period number 2. Shaler on the attack. It's Martz. Plays it off the boards. He has room. Martz wrist shot. Oh, good left toe save by Smouse, and a tripping call again is coming. And this one will come at the 16:46 mark. And into the penalty box looks like David Contrail. And Shaler, 14 seconds to work with a man advantage here in the second, and then fresh ice to start the third period on the power play.
I mean, they built a 5-1 lead right there, Bob, but they're starting to get a little bit sloppy as the period comes to a close.
Martz has it at the left point. Shot is blocked. Armstrong can't clear. Ficcarelli's wrist shot is blocked with 6 seconds. Riverhawks, Martz keeps it in. Fires from the point. And a pad save with the right pad made by Smouse as the period comes to an end. So Armstrong led 2-0 after the first period. After 2, it's the Armstrong Riverhawks 5 and the Shaler Titans 2. We'll take a break. Back with our between periods scoring recap. The scoring summary brought to you by Bladerunners. You are listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey. It is sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz. When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, First in Turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, First in Turf. The team at S-Mark takes great pride in the company they've built and their growing presence in Pittsburgh. Strong values, steadfast dedication, and unwavering commitment extends well beyond the walls of S-Mark facilities into virtually every facet of our local communities. From ongoing support for critical health and human services for families and children to youth sports and recreation programs. It's the many faces of S-Mark that touch lives, instill hope, and provide opportunities to enhance and enrich the world around us. S-Mark is proud to extend its support of local communities through its sports sponsorship with the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is former Seton LaSalle Mount Pleasant Trinity basketball coach Joe Dunn, here to tell you that I'll be joining Dawn Rebel and Johnny Lee on the WPIL Round Ball Report, Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. here on the MSA Sports Network. There we go.
Coach, this is a 30-second commercial.
What? Whose call was that? That's a terrible call. I mean, I just sat down here. This is the kind of stuff that happens to me.
We have another ex-coach.
It's just one of those things.
Join us for the WPIL Round Ball Report Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock here on the MSA Sports Network.
You're killing me.
Back at the Bladerunners in Harmarville. Bob Orkwis alongside Greg Kuntz. Jess Levo running the camera. Keeping us safe at the controls. 5-2. The Armstrong Riverhawks lead it after 2. 2-0 lead for the Riverhawks after 1. And they've had several breakaways in this game. And really the 5-2 score is indicative because I think the Riverhawks, Greg, have controlled play in this contest.
But there was a point there in the second period where you thought that Shaler maybe was going to try and build a little bit of momentum themselves. They were able to get a goal in the early second period, and that gave them a pretty huge lift. But that was answered about a minute or two later by Armstrong, and then they reeled off 2 straight within 23 seconds of each other to really put Shaler in a bind. But a big goal at the end of the second period for Shaler has put them back in this one, and they'll have a minute 46 to start the third period to try and cut it to a 2-goal disadvantage for themselves.
They got the goal on the power play, and then they get fresh ice with a minute 46 to
which
go.
Should add to Shaler's opportunities right there. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of but you know that Tim Bozak is really going to be he's going to be really chewing out his troops in the dressing room right there, but they're going to have to come up with something to get right back into this one because Armstrong has done such a great job on the forecheck. Actually checking on both sides. So again, Shaler's going to have to come up with something big to get right back into this one, and I think it's almost a must right now, Bob, that they score within this first minute 46.
You good with the scoring summary?
I'll do my best.
The scoring summary between periods is brought to you by Bladerunners. Check out Bladerunners, 2 locations in Warrendale or right here in Harmarville.
Well, early on, Bob, Cam Barnsley took a penalty for Shaler, and he was in the box until, with 7 seconds left, the 3:14 mark of the first period. Donovan Wachowski was wide open on the left wing. He could have easily slapped it, but he feathered it past the defense and past everyone, including T. Vincent Evans, for the 1-0 lead on the power play. So it does go down as a power play goal. Nick Long gets the lone helper on that one, and it was 1-0. They made it 2-0 as Christian Miller also got in there and basically put one past and one time to pass Evans for the 2-0 lead off the assist from Kuntz and Snyder. Shots on goal in the first period, Armstrong 12, Shaler 9. But again, Armstrong was up 2-0 at that point. Fast forward to the second period, the 6:58 mark, and we knew going in, because we had seen him on a few opportunities in the first period. But for Shaler, it was Justin Yuska, the defenseman, speeding down the ice on a few opportunities there. But he was finally able to get one, his 17th of the year, off helpers from Ficcarelli and Stadahar to cut the margin in half to 2-1. But a couple of minutes later, it was Snyder scoring his 5th of the year off the helpers, technically from Oliver and Wachowski. Justin Oliver and Donovan Wachowski. But that interrupted any sort of momentum that Shaler was trying to build there and there was 3-1. 14:03 mark of the second period. It was Luke Gross, number 3, on a breakaway, getting past Evans off the helper for Wachowski, and it became a 4-1 game at that one. 23 seconds later, Nick Long on a breakaway scored with off the huge pass from Chris Atherton, the defenseman, put it right on his tape, and Long subsequently buried it past Evans to make it 5-1. However, on the power play, a tripping call against Nick Long put him in the box, and Shaler was able to cash in as Austin Mortz off of feet from Alex Ficcarelli was able to beat Taylor Smouse to make it a 5-2 game. And again, going into the third period, a tripping call against David Cantrell for Armstrong will give a minute and 46 more power play time to the Shaler Titans. Shots in the second period, Shaler with 17, Armstrong with 14. Two-period totals, 26 apiece for both sides, but that's where we stand, Bob. Armstrong 5, Shaler 2.
Armstrong 1 for 2 with a man advantage. Shaler is 1 for 3. One of those was abbreviated, and they are skating on their 4th power play opportunity. That is your between periods Blade Runners scoring summary. Check out Blade Runners. 2 locations, Warrendale and Harmarville. Coming up after this game in the post-game show, Greg and I will choose the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena is the place to be for teens in the South Hills on Friday nights. And we will also have the Management Science Associates 3 stars of the game. It's Armstrong 5, Shaler 2. Back with the third period. Right after this, you're listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media, and it's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIAL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Attention all teenagers in the South Hills. If you need something to do on a Friday night, look no further than the TGIF Skate at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena. Featuring a live DJ, big screen TV, special effects lighting, and games from 8 to 11, it's the place to be this winter. Mount Lebanon Ice Arena also offers an after-school skate for younger children, Fridays from 4:30 to 6 p.m., and a full range of instructional programs for all ages. For more information, call 412-561-4363 or visit mountlebanon.org.
Back at the Blade Runners in Harmarville with Greg Kuntz, Bob Orkwis on MSA Sports. Glad you're aboard, whether you're watching the video or listening to the audio stream. We appreciate your patronage of the MSA Sports Network. 5-2 lead for the Armstrong Riverhawks over the Shaler Titans. 17 minutes to go. It's 5-2, Greg. Is this the most crucial point? This minute and 46 of power play time for Shaler.
I think it is, Bob, because again, you have to build some sort of momentum once again, and Shaler was starting to build that before Armstrong reeled off those 3 goals. and it completely demoralized them. But they were able to get some back on that power play goal near the end of the second period, and then a subsequent penalty has put them in a pretty good spot right now. So, with the ice smoothed out and everything like that, it's going to be a very fast rink. You've got to be able to demonstrate that speed, establish your forecheck, especially on the power play again, and create any and every opportunity you have for yourself. So, this is very pivotal right here for the Shaler Titans to get back into the game, no question about it.
Again, the impacts of this one, if Shaler wins, they win the Eastern Conference in Class AA. If they lose, they would have to beat Hampton on Friday night to have that happen. For Armstrong, they cannot win the conference, but they can finish in a tie with Hampton with 29 points, and Armstrong would have to have this win tonight and then have Shaler defeat Hampton on Friday night. Centering pass through the crease. Shaler moves right to left for this third period. Armstrong opposite across your computer keyboard or across the screen, as you can see. Shaler with 1:25 to go on the man advantage. They're in their own zone. Yuska, who has a goal, comes near side to Ficarelli. Ficarelli skates from left to right, gains the zone. Drops it back, stolen away and knocked away by Christian Miller. You don't want Miller to have a breakaway with his prowess. By the way, he had 46 goals last year, 39 this year, so that's 85 and counting for Christian Miller. And I know he scored a lot early in his career too, so he's well over the 100-goal mark. Really talented senior forward for Armstrong. He was a All-Star. He scored a goal in the All-Star game, in the AA All-Star game this year. He had a hat trick in last year's All-Star game. Martz comes down the left side, backhands it wide. Ficarelli at the right point keeps it alive. Steps in, has room, walks in, fires. Blocker saved by Smouse and covers up the rebound. As bodies go tumbling on top of him. Stadehar was in looking for a rebound. Grafton was covering up the front of the net. And the player who fell on top of Taylor Smouse was his own defenseman, Donovan Wachowski. Check it was Zane Wachowski. Face off to the left of Taylor Smouse. 29 seconds to go on the Shaler power play. Ramsey on the face-off, when lost it. Picked off David Oliver down the left side, short-handed, walks in, centers it, and a big save. Schneider denied. A huge save for Vinny Evans. Yuska counterattacks. Left wing, Yuska walks in, centers it. The only man there is Schneider. Can he get it out of the zone? No. Ficarelli picks his pocket. Ficarelli near side, Jordan Ramsey walks, fires, blocked in front, and it squirts wide. The power play is over. We're 5 aside. Yuska, cross ice, Ficarelli, backhand. Blocker saved by Smouse. Picked up by Oliver, and Oliver will skate it out of the zone for Armstrong. And now a long wrist shot, he dumps it wide, but the penalty killed off by Armstrong. Shaler now 1 for 4 on the man advantage. Puck is played up the near side, and it's Alex Ficarelli. And trying to hold the blue line was Austin Biondi. He could not, and it is offside as Austin Biondo, I'm calling him Biondi, excuse me. Biondo was just a stride offside.
Thing about that power play too, Bob, is they really couldn't get that established in the early going, and they weren't able to play the puck along the perimeter on the power play until very late in it. So again, Armstrong doing everything they can to keep the puck out of their own zone, and even create a breakaway opportunity for themselves.
The Smouse made a couple of saves, Greg. This is a stick save by Smouse, but none of the 5-bell variety. Evans made the best save, and that was the shorthanded opportunity by Schneider. Icing is called against Armstrong. 2.5 minutes into the third period. It's Armstrong maintaining a 5-2 lead over the Shaler Titans.
And right now, I mean, Shaler with a loss right now really opens the door wide for Hampton to possibly take the conference, yeah.
Hampton has 29 points. Shaler 30. So Friday's game would be the top of the Eastern Conference if this score holds up. And again, Armstrong can only tie Hampton if Hampton loses. If Armstrong wins tonight and Hampton wins Friday, Armstrong finishes in third in the Eastern Conference. Puck is played, shot wide, and cleared out by Armstrong off the back of the skate of Nick Long. Shaler in their own zone. Del Tondo, good pass to Biondo. Del Tondo, Biondo, walks, fires, and he missed it. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass to Walzer, but it trickled wide.
Yeah, I think he might have been trying to pass that one, Bob.
Played to the center point, but back to the neutral zone. And Del Tondo flips it to Ramsey, who dumps it in to the Armstrong zone. Back in his own zone, Donovan Wachowski. Wachowski dumps it all the way around to the far side, played there by Jacob Gross. Stops behind his own net, forecheck by Martz. Good job to avoid him, but Martz is relentless on this forecheck. Finally, those two fall down, and skating out of his own zone is Nick Long. To Sam Long, too far. Ramsey, Stadahar. Stadahar comes to the neutral zone, drops it down. Ficcarelli can't shoot it. Back for Stadahar. We're going to get another penalty against Armstrong. They touch the puck. Another tripping call forthcoming against the Riverhawks. This one at the 3:45 mark of the third period. Shaler goes on the man advantage for the 5th time in this game, as Jacob Gross is called for tripping. Face up. Go ahead. I was just going to say face up to the right of Smiles. Go ahead.
No, but again, Shaler's going to have to take advantage of this opportunity right here. They've got to establish it, the play along the perimeter.
They get the goal. They center it. Down low. Ficcarelli was there at the post, and Alex Ficcarelli gets the power play goal. Shaler makes it 5-3.
Well, it didn't take him much time on that one. Again, great job of winning the face-off first and then playing that puck along the right wing. But again, Ficcarelli able to find the seam right there, and he beat him on the far side. He beats Smouse on the far side to cut the deficit to 5-3. But that is a huge goal right there for the Titans.
Third point of the game for Alex Ficcarelli, his 30th goal of the season, his 4th power play marker, makes it 5-3. Justin Juska gets the only assist. Juska now with a goal and assist for the Titans. Still plenty of time left. That goal came at 3:57. So Shaler now 2 for 5 on the power play in this game. Face off to the left of Vinny Evans. Remember the shorthanded save that Evans made earlier in this period to keep it 5-2. Should Shaler be able to come back? Centered. Oliver down the slot. Can't get it. Juska had it. Biondo tries to clear. Second effort for Biondo. Gets some help from his defense. Ramsey clears up the center ice for Shaler. Back in his own zone. On the puck is Stadahar. Stadahar. Good job to turn around and stop that puck by Biondo. But a better job on defense to not allow penetration by Atherton. Atherton also dumped the man on the far side. So well done. Well played by Chris Atherton. Deflected in by Armstrong with speed down the right side. Kutch gives chase behind the net to Long. And Nick Long's centering pass is intercepted by Jordan Ramsey. Ramsey tries to clear. Can't do it. Jacob Gross. Wrist shot. Saved by Evans. And he allows no rebound. (5-3). Donovan Wachowski, Christian Miller, Jacob Schneider, Luke Gross, and Nick Long have scored for Armstrong. Justin Juska, Austin Martz, and Alex Ficcarelli have the goals for Shaler. Long had a shot, fanned. Stadahar comes down the right side, his shot. That kind of gave Smouse some trouble, but he is able to stop it, cover up on the rebound, and the face-off will come up to his left in the Riverhawk zone.
Yeah, handcuffed him a little bit, and he faced quite a rush from the Shaler forwards right there, but he was able to cover up just in time, and the face-off will be to his left.
Stadahar lost it. Christian Miller won it cleanly for Armstrong Central, but off the boards, another penalty as Ficcarelli is dumped, and another tripping call. And this one goes against David Contrail. Back on the man advantage, Shaler for the 6th time. And this tripping call comes at 5:18. And another golden opportunity for the Titans to cut into the deficit.
Well, you got to. It's obvious now, Bob, that Shaler's playing a lot more discipline right now. they're a lot more focused. They're doing a greater job on the forecheck right now. They're playing very solid hockey right now, and they've got to be able to take advantage.
Wins the faceoff, centers it. He goes off the skate and in. Wow! Ficcarelli's going to get the goal and hit the skate of Wachowski. Another power play goal, and all of a sudden it's 5-4. Shaler down 1.
Yeah, just when we were all willing to write Shaler off on this one, 2 power play goals in the early going in the third period has put Shaler right back into this one. They have been very workmanlike in this whole period, but again, the forwards doing a great job again of the forecheck. Again, it only took them how long in this power play opportunity to cash in?
It took them 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Here comes Gross, behind the defense, walks in, backhander, stopped by Evans and hit the post. Luke Gross denied. Ficcarelli gets his second, 2 goals in a minute 26. He now has 31, and Alex Ficcarelli 4 points. Justin Juska now 3 points, a goal and 2 assists, and we got ourselves a hockey game. Kept in at the point by Ramsey. Backhands it in front. Juska can't shoot it. Dumps it in along the right wing half boards. Played over there by Luke Gross. Kept in by Ramsey. Dumps it to the net. Played on the stick of Smouse and cleared out of the zone by the Riverhawks. Vinny Evans behind his own net. Will have to play it. Plays it away from David Oliver. And puck on the near boards in their own zone. Shaler. They can't clear it out. Good pinch by Armstrong, but now Shaler will skate it up and skate it out, and we get a whistle as they shoot at the length of the ice for icing. So Ficcarelli, a pair of power play goals at 3:57 and then 5:23 of the third period. Shaler has scored the last 3 to make it a 5-4 game. Face-off controlled by Shaler, and now Armstrong pinches in, and the players are tumbling in the right wing corner. That's where the puck is. Lennon on the puck for Shaler. Backhands it. Cleared by the Titans on the stick of Damian Del Tondo. Flying down the right side. Wrist shot off the glove and over top the net. Smouse didn't know where it went. He's fortunate it went high over top the cage. Bardsley at the near point. Goes right point to Del Tondo. His wrist shot is blocked. Loose in front. Lennon was there, but he couldn't corral a loose puck. Puck is played on the left wing half boards, and Nick Long skates out with it. And Armstrong comes with the counterattack. Long down the left wing. Tees up the wrist shot. Vinny Evans makes the save, and there is no rebound.
Well, great job by the defenseman on that far side to keep him to the outside, giving Evans the opportunity to cut the angle down and make that save right there.
And Evans made it perfectly. Del Tondo was the defenseman on the right side for the Shaler Titans. Christian Miller comes out against Juska. First line versus first line, it looks like. I don't see Ficcarelli on the ice, so it's just Juska out there.
Del Tondo comes back on for Shaler.
And they take the face-off. Shaler won it. Armstrong steals. Centering pass by the Riverhawks comes to the right wing boards. It's played into the right corner by Armstrong with 9:39 to go in this third period. 5-4 lead for Armstrong. Riverhawks walk out, put it behind the net. Miller misplayed it. He's knocked down. Centering pass is intercepted by Juska, who dances out of his own zone. His pass to Biondo. Biondo tries the wrist shot. Gets it back, walks towards the net. Loose in front. Oh, chipped that by Juska. Couldn't get it onto the cage. Miller backhands it out of the zone for Armstrong. Biondo, good little pass. Dropped it back. A one-timer by March over top the cage on the drop pass from Biondo. And it hits the Messing. We'll have a face-off in the Armstrong zone.
You can just little by little feel the momentum coming Shaler's way. Those 2 power play goals by Piccarello off the helpers from Juska. Very huge so far in this third period to get Shaler back to within 1. But now they've got to be able to prove, Bob, that they can do it with the even strength. It's a lot easier, of course, to do it on the power play, but now you've got still an uphill climb. You've got to be able to do it on the even strength.
Puck deflected out. They say it went off of Shaler, so they bring the face-off outside of the Armstrong zone. Donovan Wachowski plays it around far side to David Oliver. Has a pass off the boards and just couldn't quite reach Luke Gross. Oliver in the neutral zone, can't dump it in. Comes near side, though. Finds Wachowski, who gains. Drops it back to Luke Gross. Backhands it. Has a man over down the right side. Wrist shot save. And a good job to hold that rebound tight to his body by Vinnie Evans as we get some extracurricular activity. A little pushing and shoving around the Shaler net. All around Vinnie Evans. And we're going to get coincidental minors, it looks like. As Ficarelli goes to the box along with Kobe Toy for Shaler, Toy for Armstrong. Time of these coincidentals, 8:18.
Roughing calls, I would gather.
I'll take that trade. Toy has no goals on the season. Ficarelli has 31, including 2 in this game. So he has to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. We're still 5 aside. Play on the ice not affected by the coincidentals. Sam Long skates down the left side. Keeps it alive. Drop pass. Wrist shot. Save. Both of these goalies have been pretty adept as Luke Gross's shot was just absorbed by Vinnie Evans. That's what you want to do. You want to corral that puck and allow no rebounds. Face-off won by Shaler. Cleared up but not out. Kept it at the near point by Donovan Wachowski. Can't center it. Austin Martz has it in his own zone. You were correct on the roughing calls. Martz with speed coming down the left wing side. Gains the zone, and now Juska puts it back in, and Shaler is called for being offside.
Almost looked like a high stick on the puck, but nevertheless, the face-off is just going to be inside the Armstrong zone. Are they going to bring it out? It's going to be just inside the Armstrong zone.
So it can't be offsides, and that's why Armstrong, Nick Long was questioning the call. It's just a foot inside. Biondo, that was won by Kutch. Around the far boards to Jacob Gross. Reverses to the near side, back for Kutch. Can Kutch clear the zone? He does find Nick Long. Got to be careful. Long has had 3 breakaways in this game. He's converted 1. Kutch has to wait for Long to get on side, and Kutch dumps it into the backhand for Armstrong.
They're going to go to a change.
They bring their top unit out to the Riverhawks. Shaler has the puck in their own zone, and they'll get it to the neutral zone, but it's picked by Jacob Schneider, but cleared back out, now dumped right back in by the Riverhawks. Halfway through this period. Puck in the face-off circle at center ice. Picked up by Damian Del Tondo. He'll dump it in. And giving chase Walzer for Shaler, but he can't get there. Cleared to the near point, kept in by Bardsley. Glove down by Armstrong, and they will clear it up and out. Too far for Nick Long, not going to be icing. A quick line change for the Riverhawks as we're under 7 minutes to go in this contest. It's a 5-4 lead for Armstrong. Through center ice comes Biondo. Wrist shot blocked. Goes wide. Centered by Stadahar. Put back on the net by Martz. Save. Center point shot blocked. That taken by Bardsley.
Yeah, great job by Bardsley to keep it in the zone and get it back in there.
And it results in an icing call against Armstrong with 6:42 to go in the third. 5-4 Armstrong leading Shaler. Armstrong had a 5-1 lead before Austin Martz scored on a power play late in the second period. And then Alex Ficarelli, 2 power play markers here in period number 3 to make it 5-4.
Doug Anthony right now, the coach for Armstrong, wants to keep his shift on his front line short.
Puck in the neutral zone. Zane Wachowski tries to dump it in. He does. Del Tondo in his own zone for the Titans. He's being bothered on the forecheck by Hooks. Dumped around to the far side to Steven Stadahar. His pass finds Jake Lennon. Lennon is knocked down. He does get it into the zone. Ficarelli couldn't pick it up. Luke Gross counterattacks. 2-on-2 down the right side. Make it 3-on-2. Comes all the way across. Good shot against the grain, but a better blocker saved by Vinnie Evans.
And a great job by Evans to keep his eyes, because there was a little shift right there.
That very well could have been interference on Alex Ficcarelli, but no penalty is called. Both teams will change lines with 5:50 to go. Del Tondo in his own zone. Deflected up. Can Shaler's Biondo get it out? He does. Backhands it to Alex Ficcarelli. Down the right side, 2-on-4. Wrists it wide. Pinching in is Ramsey. Keeps it alive. Blocked in front by Sam Long. Played in the corner by Nick Long. Skates it around to the left wing corner for Donovan Wachowski. Clears it up but not out. Intercepted Ficcarelli. Tees it up. Wrist shot. He missed it high. Ficcarelli in the right circle. Puck on stick. Chance to tie it. And he fired it high and wide.
I think Ficcarelli, he couldn't really establish himself right there. He tried to. He got a lot of time. He had a lot of room to do that, Bob, but he did. But he just fired it at will.
I think he could have potentially took a stride or two closer.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Here comes Nick Long to steal a 2-on-1. Long down the right side. Great defensive play by Bardsley. He breaks up the 2-on-1.
Yeah, Bardsley guessed right on that one because he went to the guy with the puck. And
here comes Biondo trying to nutmeg it. Pull it in between a defender, he does, but sticked away by Smouse. It's going to be icing against Armstrong with 4:48 to go in an exciting third period.
I love the play Bardsley made on that one. He could have easily gone and let Evans take on the shot, but he guessed right there and was able to take the shot away from Long right there. So Bardsley did a great job of giving up his body on that one to prevent any sort of shot on goal right there.
Martz and Miller to face off to the left of Smouse. Won by Armstrong, kept in though by Del Tondo, picked off by the Riverhawks. Their long pass to Schneider. Schneider's defended nicely by Ramsey. Puck is in the Shaler zone, centered it in front. Oh, Miller poked at it, but he couldn't get it. Has it on the backhand, Miller. Near side of Wachowski through traffic. Saved by Vinny Evans. Picked up by Del Tondo. Backhands it up and out of the zone. Here comes Juska, but he's denied by Zane Wachowski. Puck is played onto the stick of Christian Miller. Gains the red line and dumps it in with 4:15 to go in the third period. Shaler marks behind his own net. Comes on the right wing boards, lost it. Centering pass hits a skate. Contrell was open. And here comes Juska. Juska is dumped. And we get a whistle. I don't see any arms up. So I don't think it's a penalty. I think Gross and Juska just fell on top of the puck. And we'll get a face-off. That should be right on the red stripe at center ice, and it is. Ficcarelli and Luke Gross on the draw. It's a false draw. 1 second did tick off the clock. Don't forget, the Blade Runner scoring summary comes your way afterwards. We also choose the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game, and Greg and I picked the Management Science Associates 3 stars of the game. Stadehar dumps it in for Shaler. He gives chase. Sam Long, check from behind. Played by Luke Gross to David Oliver. Or Joshua Oliver, excuse me. I was calling him David. Joshua Oliver. David Oliver plays for Quaker Valley Basketball. Josh Oliver. Kobe Toy now on it. Dumps it down. I don't think he gained the red line, and he didn't. That's a mistake by Kobe Toy. All he needed was to take 2 more strides, and it would not have been icing.
Yeah, brings the face-off all the way back into Armstrong's end. So, golden opportunity again here for the Titans to try and tie this game. But again, they have to prove that they can do it on the even strength. Winston really been able to do a time or two, but they've been a lot more effective on the power play.
Nick Long wins the face-off for Armstrong. Clears it to the near point, and it comes past Damian Del Tondo back in the center ice. Jordan Ramsey has to go back in his own zone. Plays it up the far boards. That is offside as Nick Long tried to hold up his momentum, but couldn't do it. We've ticked down to 3:16 to go in this third period. A 5-4 lead for Armstrong. Face-off just outside of the Shaler blue line. Martz and Long. Martz wins it to himself. Now it's Ficcarelli. Near side to Bardsley. Bardsley avoids 2 men. Dumps it in Long. Smouse gloves it and holds on. That gives Shaler another face-off in the Armstrong zone.
Can't get over the size of Bardsley right there. He is a huge, huge defenseman for this Shaler Titans, and he has quite a shot on him as well. He fired that one from all the way in the center point.
Also quite a head of hair. Not quite as dynamic as Damian Del Tondo's, but still pretty impressive. Those two are reaching Jaromir Jagr rookie mullet status. Almost a breakaway will be. Miller tracks it down, shifts it over top the net. Evans made the right read. He came out to challenge Miller. Miller chipped it, but it went over top the cage. Here comes Armstrong again through center ice. Walking down the left wing, they gain the zone. Centering pass is knocked down, and we get a whistle and a tripping call against Shaler. A crucial penalty late.
Yeah, you're not kidding, it is. Penalty will take place at the 14:22 mark.
Tripping against Steven Stadahar. Armstrong goes on the man advantage for the third time, but more importantly, it gives them 5-on-4 for 2 minutes, and with 2:38 to go, they're protecting a 1-goal lead. If they get another power play goal, they can almost put this one to bed.
Away, yeah.
I think Armstrong takes their timeout. Shaler took their timeout way back in period number 1. It's been an entertaining match here at the Bladerunners in Harmarville.
Yeah, so far in the period, 8 shots for the Titans, 7 for the Riverhawks, and golden opportunity for Armstrong, as you mentioned, Robert, to put this one away.
This is the final regular season game for Armstrong. Shaler Friday night, they go on the road to play against Hampton.
Division title on the line right there.
On the road is really here, though. So they will just wear different colors and sit on a different bench and have a different locker room. But that game's right here at the Bladerunners, where Hampton used to call the Ice Connection home. They moved here to the Bladerunners in Harmarville.
It is a bit confusing with all the teams. Fox Chapel also calls this arena home as well.
If Shaler loses, that game Friday night against Hampton is for the number 1 seed in first place in the Eastern Conference. Shaler wins the faceoff, and they need to try to attack shorthanded, and they do. Dumped in by Juska. We've seen his speed. Juska with a goal and 2 assists in this game. Ficcarelli has 2 and 2 for Shaler. Donovan Wachowski, a goal and 2 assists for Armstrong. Christian Miller has a pair for the Riverhawks. Centered in front, shot, score!
There it is.
Joshua Oliver, power play goal, tic-tac-toe. It's 6-4 Armstrong.
Yeah, a certain nail in the coffin for that one, but again, great passing by the Armstrong Riverhawks. Just great communication on that power play right there, and Oliver able to bury it home for pretty much the decisive goal in this one. And this is the first time we had heard from Oliver, at least as far as finding the score sheet.
He also did have an assist earlier.
Right.
Oliver's 22nd on the season, a power play goal. That's his 4th power play goal of the year. Comes at 14:46.
So just 24 seconds into the power play there, Robert. Armstrong pretty much puts this one away.
Dave Contrell gets an assist. Christian Miller gets his 3rd point. Has an assist to go with his 2 goals. Contrell has an assist. He should have had one earlier. He wasn't credited with one. So it's 6-4. Shaler with a chance late now with a minute 49. Maybe they pull Vinny Evans. Ficcarelli into the zone. Tries to come right to left. Can't do it. Kept in by the glove of Del Tondo with a minute 40. Evans is creeping out of his net. Martz centers it. Left point, Del Tondo through traffic. Saved by Smouths. Rebound is pitchforked away by Donovan Wachowski. Back behind the net. Ficcarelli can't get there for the Titans with a minute 25 to go. Pitching it at the point. Stadahar centers. Stolen by Armstrong. They clear it. And now with the icing, maybe we'll see Vinny Evans come out with a minute 17 left in period number 3.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty safe bet right now as he's creeping a little bit closer toward the Shaler bench. But valiant effort here in this 3rd period by the Shaler Titans, but that huge penalty near the close of the 3rd period really ended up costing the Titans in this one.
By the way, Miller just has 1 goal in this game.
Right.
Not 2. I believe I said he had 2. He has 39 on the season. His goal was the prettiest of the game. Dangled forever. Dumped in by Armstrong. High stick by Shaler, and that's going to bring the face-off into the Shaler zone with 1:01 to go. So for Shaler, not all is lost with this loss. You recover, you win Friday, you win the division, and you get the number 1 seed in the East, basically the overall number 2 seed in this tournament. Outlet to Ficcarelli, breakaway for the hat trick, walks in, goes to the backhand, a beauty! Ficcarelli's a hat trick machine, he makes it 6-5, stop the press!
One nice little pass is all it took there, Robert, and Ficcarelli wide open, right in front of the blue line right there, was able to gain some speed into the zone, and one-on-one against Smouse, more often than not, that's going to favor the shooter, but a great job to Deke, moved to his right and bury it short side past Smouse, and it's not over yet, but even so,
the hat trick for Fick. The fans celebrate hats on the ice. March trying to skate in. Puts it to Ficcarelli looking for number 4. It's blocked. March got the only assist on the Ficcarelli goal. Puck's in the zone. Kept in. The goal's empty. It's 6-on-5. Shot from the point. And a face-off as Smouse holds on with 35.5 to go.
So that goal coming in at the 16:09 mark. A period number 3, and Ficcarelli, they're not done yet, but now with the goaltender pulled, they've been very well. They've done very well with the man advantage.
They win the faceoff. Mortz wins it. Shot is blocked. Stolen away by Long with the empty net. With speed, empty cage. Score for Nicholas Long, and that should do it. Second of the game for Nick Long. 4th breakaway, if you want to look at it that way, and it's Armstrong 7 and Shaler 5. 16:33 for Nick Long, his 4th of the season, the empty netter.
We've seen breakaways on both sides, and the goaltenders, have won a few, have lost a few, but that Nick Long goal right there, the decisive one.
Long with another steal on an empty net hat trick. Backhands it in!
Wow.
The HT for Nick Long. 2 empty netters. It's 8-5 Armstrong. And Nick Long at 16:33 into the empty cage. Nick Long is 16:43. And Nick Long with the HT.
Well, little by little, it's becoming a lot clearer as to who the number 1 star in this game will be.
Puck into the Armstrong zone with 13 seconds. Slap shot blocked into the meshing. Now players go down. Martz was just tying it up with Gross. We're going to get a penalty in front. I don't think Martz and Gross, I think Martz and Gross just got tangled up after the slap shot. The penalty was away from the play as Biondo was tied up in front, and I think Armstrong is going to get a man sent to the penalty box. And indeed they do late, as I think it's Steiner, or Stennett, Chase Steiner it is, to the box. And Shaler will have a 6.5 second man advantage late.
So you really think about it, 3 goals, 1 by Shaler, 2 by Armstrong in 34 seconds of this one. But
13 all told in this contest.
Nick Long's the 2 most decisive ones.
Pair of empty netters to salt it away. Face-off win. 4 seconds now. Armstrong behind the net, tied up by Grafton with 1, and that's it. The Riverhawks in the second of the home and home come on the road to the Bladerunners in Harmarville. They make the trek down Route 28, and they win this contest by a score of 8-5. Back with the MSA Sports postgame show right after this. Armstrong wins by 3. You have been listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey, sponsored by Trib Total Media, right here on the MSA Sports Network.
It's cold outside and dark way too early. That must mean one thing. It's wrestling season. With the mats rolled out in a gymnasium near you, be sure to tune in to Inside the WPIHL Wrestling Circle, Monday nights at 7 p.m. on the MSA Sports Network.
We'll provide all the scores from around the WPIHL, focus on key matches, talk to coaches about their season, and provide in-depth analysis that you can't find anywhere else.
So cozy up around the fire and tune in to Inside the WPIHL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7 p.m. on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Want to learn how to ice skate or play hockey like they do in the PIHL? Looking for a good place to throw that winter birthday party? If you answered yes, Bladerunners is the place to go for public or private skating sessions, plus learn to skate and learn to play hockey classes. And don't forget to check out PIHL game action at their 2 locations in Harmarville and Warrendale. For more information on ice time, class and game schedules, or party planning, visit their website at www.bladerunnersice.com. See you at the rink.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. The new home for the PIHL in 2014-2015 is the MSA Sports Network. Not only can you listen to audio broadcasts of high school hockey games online like in years past, but this year MSA Sports will be video streaming 25 games live and archived during the regular season with exclusive coverage of the 2015 Penguin Cup playoffs. Your audio and video home of the PIHL is the MSA Sports Network.
Back for the MSA Sports Postgame Show from the Bladerunners in Harmarville with Greg Kuntz, Bob Orkwis, Jess Levo is running the camera and the equipment for us. We appreciate her assistance. The Bladerunners scoring summary forthcoming, as are the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena play of the game and the management Science Associates 3 stars of the game. But an entertaining contest ends up an 8-5 win for the Armstrong Riverhawks. They lost last Thursday at home 3-2, Greg, to the Shaler Titans. They come on the road. They avenged that with a 3-goal victory here at Harmarville.
Yeah, and Shaler really had a golden opportunity to try and put this one away, but I think the way that Armstrong was playing, they're playing, as we mentioned earlier, Robert, with a sense of desperation, knowing that Shaler could have easily wrapped up the conference on this one. Shaler had a golden opportunity to do that, but the way Armstrong had come out and played in the early going was really frustrating Shaler, and I think that Armstrong took full advantage of that. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead. They never really looked back from that. They were able to get a 5-1 advantage. That was wide enough to keep Shaler down. But I give Shaler